So, chapter 15, which actually is chapter 14, I apologize. Should be chapter 15, chapter 14, natural right versus natural laws. About that, rights and law. We're still in the state of nature. We're talking about what human beings are endowed with before there's civil society, before there's the state. And what Hobbes says is they have the right of nature, which is essentially what? To do whatever we judge we need to do to preserve ourselves, to preserve our own life. That's fundamentally a right of every human being, Hobbes says. But this is balanced by what he calls a law of nature, which he says is a precept or general rule, which is basically an imperative: do this or do that. The right is basically an unlimited right to do whatever you think in your judgment you need to do to preserve your own life. Whereas a law of nature is a rule that you should follow. And that rule is basically to seek peace. And it's problematic, um, but you should seek peace when you can. And why is that a law? Because it's what you need to do to live. I mean, that is, if you can actually find peace, if you can make peace with others, then that is going to allow you to preserve yourself um, with the greatest degree of confidence. So, as he says here, and consequently, it is a precept or general rule of reason that every man ought to endeavor for peace as far as he has hope of obtaining it. That is, it's just a law or precept, which is, I guess, entirely selfish. We're not doing it for other people. We're doing it for ourselves. That is, it's a precept. It's a rule that we should follow. That we should seek peace when there is actual hope of obtaining it. If we're not willing to do that, we're not really doing what we can to preserve ourselves. So it's this law of seeking peace, which is actually quite important because it is, as we'll see, this self interested seeking after peace. It's our only hope, really. I mean, it's our hope. The Leviathan is our only hope because the Leviathan needs to be there for us to have any peace. But what is it that impels human beings to create the Leviathan? To give up some of their natural freedom and their natural right. It's the hope of living in peace. And uh, we need this Leviathan in order to have any chance of doing that. And the Leviathan is the state, right? It's government, it's law backed up by power.